First came the Magic Kingdom, then the incredible EPCOT Center. Now comes the new Disney MGM Studios theme park.
This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Eric Morton of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell. Please do, to make sure that you never miss the latest from Disney theme parks around the world. Here now is the news for May 17th, 2024. With just a couple of weeks to go until Memorial Day, Patriotic Bunting has been put up around the train station and along Main Street USA at Magic Kingdom. The Patriotic Bunting can first be seen at the entrance of Magic Kingdom on the railings, the Walt Disney World Railroad station there. It comes in time for both Memorial Day, that's going to be on May 27th, and of course the 4th of July coming up in a couple months. The bunting continues on the opposite side of the railroad station. The bunting itself is made up of semicircles in red, white, and blue with white stars inside of the blue stripe. This is the same decor we've seen in the past. However, last year, the bunting didn't go up until after Memorial Day, just ahead of the 4th of July. Both sides of Main Street USA have been getting Patriotic Bunting with the decor lining the Emporium and the Main Street Confectionery. The virtual map of Magic Kingdom on the Walt Disney World website in My Disney Experience app has been updated to include a detailed artistic rendering of Tiana's Bayou Adventure. When the attraction was added to the map in June of 2023, the Tiana's Bayou Adventure logo was just placed over the image of Splash Mountain. The old attraction's tree was even visible there at the top of Chickapin Hill. The new artwork shows the former mountain covered in lush greenery with the Tiana's Foods water tower right there. The barn in the attraction's queue now has yellow walls. Trees are no longer pictured on the peninsula surrounded by the ride's flume on the right there. Tiana's Bayou Adventure is labeled like other Magic Kingdom attractions, but with the tag opening June 28th, 2024. The gift shops, Critter Co-op, and Tiana's Bayou General are not yet labeled. Also, we noticed a lighting effect was changed. This lighting effect is meant to mimic the look of Firefly's twinkling. It was added and being tested on Tiana's Bayou Adventure during our May 16th visit to Magic Kingdom. That was yesterday. The effect was testing on the far right side of the salt mound to the right of Tiana's Foods water tower, a little more than halfway up. The lighting effect will appear throughout the attraction as seen in the concept art and not just in this one location. Disney has hinted that guests will float down the river under dancing fireflies. The dancing fireflies will be patrons of the Bayou nightclub, where Tiana's critter friends can be seen playing their makeshift instruments. I can't wait for that one. The refurbishment of the Jungle Cruise dock at Magic Kingdom is now complete, with the old boards being replaced with boards that are made of a sort of composite material. The refurbishment began back in January, with different sections of the queue closing for the work to be done. Construction walls and scrim are all gone now. Most recently, they blocked off a small section in the area of the queue off to the side there. The new decking has a ridge texture that should help prevent slipping and falling onto your backside of water. The dates and discounts for Walt Disney World annual pass holders hoping to attend Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party have been announced. All annual pass holders can save $10 on tickets to the event. This discount applies to all nights of the party, which will run on select nights from August 9th through October 31st, Halloween season. Check out our site. We have all the dates and prices and all the details of this information. The lights of CommuniCore Hall were illuminated during the evening on Monday, May 13th at EPCOT. Disney's been testing those lights on and off for the past few months, including dancing lights that will sync with Spaceship Earth shows. This is the most fully lit we've been seeing it. The lights weren't dancing or changing, indicating it might be the standard lighting package when there's not something going on. Each wall of Spaceship Earth inspired triangular paneling features a main color. At the edges and corners, a gradient of color transition to the next wall. The CommuniCore Hall signs were also lit up in a bright white. Some panels on this corner of the building were not lit. This is where guests will enter the Mickey and Friends meet and greet. The meet and greet sign also was not on. I'm sure it will be when we're done. The CommuniCore lights seem to match the lights in the nearby World Celebration Gardens. You can watch for our nighttime tour of that, by the way. We have that for the nighttime gardens, and we expect this to match. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest Vacations and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head over to beourguestvacations.com/WDWNT and their team will design your next magical vacation, from Disney World and Disneyland to Disney Cruise Line to Adventures by Disney and much more. They're also able to book those unforgettable VIP tours where you and your group can experience the ultimate park day. The best part, of course, is that their services are 100% free, so book today. A new Figment bus wrap has debuted with a new bus at Walt Disney World Resort. The bus is among 90 new vehicles replacing the older buses at Walt Disney World. This new one features a design matching the 2019 Sensational 6 bus wraps in the new Chip and Dale bus. Figment's face is pictured on each side of the bus. His mouth is open wide with a smile, maybe saying, wow, wow, wow. I don't know. Figment is set against purple, pink, and white, and yellow stripes of varying sizes. The Figment bus was driving the route for Disney's Pop Century Resort on Wednesday. Who knows where it's driving now? We also have spotted buses with wraps inspired by Zootopia, the Orange Bird, and Ratatouille recently. This one might be my personal favorite. During a Q&A session at the Moffett-Nathanson Media and Communications Summit on Wednesday, Disney CEO Bob Iger stated that nearly all future investments into the Disney parks will be based on intellectual property. During the talk, Iger spoke with Michael Nathanson of Moffett-Nathanson about everything from streaming profitability to his tenure as CEO and the strength of IP across the Walt Disney Company. Eventually, this conversation turned to Disney's plans for the future across its businesses, including the Disney parks. It was here that Iger confirmed that based on the successful returns of leveraging IP into theme parks, almost all of Disney's investment will be in the parks will be using IP. When we talk about IP, what we're saying really is studio IP. Obviously, anything you create is intellectual property, but the use of studio characters and intellectual property is the thrust of this. He said, and interestingly enough, if you analyze carefully how we achieve those returns on invested capital in the parks, it was all about the IP. So for quite a long time, new attractions and lands at the parks were based on essentially either very old IP or no IP at all, just an attraction. And starting really with Cars Land and Toy Story, and there are a few others, I can't remember all the specifics, we decided that almost all of our investment into parks in terms of attractions and lands would be using that IP, and it's very, very clear what that delivers. Just next month, a newly rethemed flume ride inspired by The Princess and the Frog will open at Walt Disney World, and a themed port featuring Frozen, Peter Pan, and Tangled will open at Tokyo Disney Sea. Iger is confident that interest in these stories is not lessening and will only grow and be more valued by guests over time. Quote, but it's very, very clear that the experience we deliver, whether it's at a park or a cruise ship, is an extraordinary experience that I think where the value is not going away, showing no signs of ebbing at all. Well, I could say a lot about this. I'll just say that Figment and Orange Bird, they sure are on a lot of merchandise, and they're not studio IPs. I think that fans connect with different elements of Disney parks that aren't necessarily associated with some big motion picture animated feature that they've seen. So I'm not sure that IPs need to be everywhere, but it's clear that the guidance moving forward is to put them wherever it makes sense. So prepare to see more studio IP in your Disney parks. The Disneyland Resort website and app have been updated to show how many no-shows a Magic Key holder has incurred. When trying to make a park pass reservation, Magic Key holders will see how many no-shows they have and how many their friends have. In the screenshot we have, you can see one Inspire key holder has 0 of 3 no-shows and another has 1 of 3 no-shows. Clicking View Details takes the user to a page about the no-show policy. The Details page also shows the key holder's no-show history, including the date and park. Disneyland Resort Magic Key holders who make a reservation and then do not show up to the park receive a penalty. After 3 no-shows within 90 days, Magic Key holders cannot make or modify park reservations for 30 days. Walt Disney World does not have this penalty system for their annual pass holders. But yes, in Disneyland, they are dealing with this. So if you make your park reservation, make sure to show up or cancel it within the allotted window. Guests can now book Fantasmic dining packages for Belle Terrace and Rancho del Zocalo restaurant at Disneyland Park. Belle Terrace is offering 2 different dining packages. Both can be booked on the Fantasmic Dining Packages page. The first option is the premium package, which is available for dinner at 7:15 p.m. and costs $89 per adult and $45 per child ranging ages 3 to 9. Seating is outdoors. The second Belle Terrace option is the standard package, which is offered for brunch and dinner. Brunch and dinner both cost $55 per adult and $30 per child ages 3 to 9. Brunch runs from 11 a.m. through 3:55 p.m., while dinner, that's from 4 to 7:50 p.m. Rancho del Zocalo is also offering a standard package dining option for lunch and dinner. It can also be booked on the Fantasmic Dining Packages page. Both lunch and dinner cost $35 per guest, for adults anyway, and $25 per child ages 3 to 9. Lunch reservations are available from 11 a.m. through 3:30 p.m. Dinner is offered 3:30 p.m. through 8:30 p.m., a little bit different there. The 2 dining locations join Blue Bayou Restaurant, which has already been announced as a returning offering for that Fantasmic dining package. The news comes as Fantasmic prepares for its first return performance on May 24th, nearly a year after, we know, a fire ignited the Maleficent dragon, causing the nighttime show to shut down. As some of you have probably seen, Tom Corliss has been in Tokyo for the soft opening experiences at Fantasy Springs. He was able to ride 3 of the new rides: Rapunzel's Lantern Festival, Anna and Elsa's Frozen Journey, and Peter Pan's Neverland Adventure, or at least most of it before there was a technical error. It's kind of cool when it freezes and there's a 3D effect above you. I highly encourage you to watch our YouTube videos to see these new attractions. They look great. In particular, the Frozen attraction does a great job of blending practical effects and digital and projected effects. I think it looks great. It's long. It tells a detailed story from the film. Also, the Tangled ride is great. Peter Pan, more of a projection 3D type experience, but with real physical set elements. They all look great. I'm kind of jealous. For the absolute latest on these stories and all those that didn't make it onto today's show, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. A special shout out to all the WIGS members watching who make this show happen multiple times a week. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Eric Morton saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.